Hey everybody, this is Britt with Vinedresser Lawn and Landscape. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 winter weeds in Southeastern North Carolina. We're going to talk about how to identify them and how to control them. These are weeds that are germinating now in your pre-emergents and post-emergents. We'll be targeting them. A little backdrop on winter weeds. Winter annual broadleaf weeds germinate in the fall and early winter. They're germinating now. Most of the weeds you're going to see in the spring, late winter and early spring, they are germinating now. They grow in warm periods in the winter, but they stay mostly dormant during colder weather. In the spring, they'll start to grow again, they'll produce seed heads, and then they'll die off as the summer temperatures rise. They invade thin turf areas, especially where soil moisture is high. Wet logs, wet soils are going to be a breeding ground for winter weeds. They also like shaded areas, so shady, wet areas are going to be the most affected by winter weeds. Many winter weeds grow low to the ground, and so they're resistant to your lawnmower. The best defense is a thick, healthy lawn. You want to make sure you're going to choose the right turf grass. Here in Southeastern North Carolina, Wilmington, Leland, Hampstead, you want to be using warm season turf because that's going to grow the thickest, the densest. And so when you're going into fall, you're going to have less chance of weeds germinating. And you want to also make sure you're using the appropriate grass type for the conditions. So shady areas, you want to be using St. Augustine or a zoysia that grows well in the shade versus Bermuda. And you just want to make sure that you're fertilizing, mowing, and watering properly to promote that dense, vigorous growth. And two pre-emergents that most people are probably going to be putting down now is prodiamine and spectacle flow. Spectacle flow is going to be the better option because it's going to be better for poanos. And then as far as chemical control post-emergents, MSM, Speed Zone Southern, Avenue South, Celsius, and Certainty. You can add those are all going to be good options to control these winter weeds that are germinating now. And so let's dig into the winter weeds. And the first one we got up is Annual Bluegrass. And it's a light green with fine textured leaf. It forms white seed heads. So this is a clumping grass. If you've got bare areas in the lawn, this is one that's probably going to germinate in those bare areas, and you'll see it during the springtime. And it germinates in compacted and moist soils in the cooler weather. So it is germinating now, but you might not really see it until late winter, early spring. Pre-emergent herbicide in the fall is going to be your best option. Spectacle flow, prodiamine, maybe dimension if you're going to put that down in the fall. Encouraging a depth load, and then Certainty for post-emergent herbicides. If it is already germinated, Certainty simazine is going to clean that up for you. Next up is Henbit, and it has square purple tinged stems and scalloped hairy leaves. You're going to see a purple stem, and then you're going to see hairy leaves coming off the top of it. It produces small purple flowers at the top of the plant. It prefers cool, moist soil and grows during fall and winter. Celsius, MSM, Avenue South, and Speed Zone Southern are all going to take care of Henbit. Next up is Chickweed, common chickweed. It has small egg-shaped leaves, small white star-shaped flowers. It grows in dense mats. Thrives in cool, moist areas and germinates in the fall. Celsius, MSM, Avenue South, and Speed Zone Southern are going to take care of your chickweed problems. Purple dead nettle. Next up, purple dead nettle. It has a small square stem with a triangular serrated leaves that turn purple at the top. It produces small pink and purple flowers. It likes shaded, moist soil and lawns and germinates in the fall as well. Avenue South and Speed Zone Southern are going to be your best options for that. Next weed, hairy bittercrest. It has rosettes of rounded leaves and small white flowers on long stems. The leaves are slightly hairy, giving the plant its name. It grows well in moist soil, especially in shady areas during the winter. And Celsius and MSM are going to be your best options for that. Mouse-eared chickweed. Next up, mouse-eared chickweed. It has fuzzy, round leaves arranged in opposite pairs and produces small white flowers. It prefers moist, shaded areas and lawns and grows throughout winter. Avenue South, Celsius, and Speed Zone Southern are all going to take care of mouse-eared chickweed. Next up, common dandelion. Common dandelion have deeply toothed leaves growing in basal rosettes and produce bright yellow flowers followed by puffy seed heads. These are the ones when you were a child, you would pick the stem and it had the grayish white seed ball on top, and you would blow it and the seeds would go everywhere. As a child, you were actually just spreading a whole bunch of dandelion seeds. And they prefer cool season and often thin, weak turf areas you're going to find dandelions. Celsius, MSM, Avenue South, and Speed Zone Southern are all going to take care of dandelion. Carolina geranium, that's the next weed we're going to talk about. And it has deeply lobed leaves with a fuzzy texture and small pink to purple flowers. It grows in a rosette. It grows in compacted dry soils. Commonly in the winter, you're going to see this early spring, January, February, March time frame. And Celsius will take care of Carolina geranium. Next weed, cudweed. Has a spoon-shaped leaf that's green on top and fuzzy underneath. It produces small, inconspicuous flowers. It thrives in poorly drained, compacted soil, and it germinates in the fall. Speed Zone Southern is going to be your best option for cudweed. The last but not least, long burrweed. Has a small, deeply lobed leaf and tiny burrs that can be felt when walking on them barefoot, and it forms dense patches. It prefers compacted soils. It germinates in the fall and grows throughout winter. Avenue South, Celsius, and Speed Zone Southern are all going to take care of long burrweed. That's it for the top 10 winter weeds in Southeastern North Carolina. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions or we can help you out in any way, let us know. Thanks and have a good day.